top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Opposition leader Aubrey Norton wants the police to issue a wanted bulletin for former Region 3 Commander Khalid Mandal for attempting to pervert the course of justice. Nursing assistant being questioned by police says she was unaware she was being recorded. Policemen ill-advised in relation to what constitutes acts of terrorism, says Dr. Todd. And because we care cash grant distribution exercise to commence May 12. Hgp Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Tuesday, May 6 edition of the Hgp Nightly News. We have what you need to know this evening. We begin your broadcast by telling you that leader of the opposition, Aubrey Norton, is calling on the Guyana Police Force to immediately issue a wanted bulletin for former Region 3 Commander Khalid Mandal for attempting to pervert the course of justice. Antonio Day will tell you more.
And so if we are to deal with all in a fair way, then Mandal should be charged.
That was opposition leader Aubrey Norton. The Guyana Police Force on April 26, 2025 said former Region 3 Police Commander Khalid Mandal was sent on leave to facilitate an investigation into the death of 11-year Guyana Young. The announcement from the Office of the Police Commissioner came as the police come under mounting pressure over the handling of the death, which has triggered protests and an outpouring of grief. Following the disappearance of the preteen, according to sources, Mandal was the one who disseminated information, which stated that Adriana Young left the hotel in a red and black Ram. Due to the false nature of that information, it was later retracted, and this misinformation was attributed to the former Region 3 commander. In this context, the opposition leader said Mandal must be charged for creating, quote-unquote, public mischief.
The Guyana Police Force must be fair, stop being political, and ensure that they issue a wanted bulletin for Khalid Mandal and subsequently charge him for creating public mischief and attempting to pervert and obstruct the course of justice.
He posited that what goes for one must go for all.
I hold no brief for Tiana Lois King. But what I do know is that if she is to be charged, then Mandal should be charged because it is the similar act that both of them would have committed.
I'm Antonio Day reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Still on the police's blotter, the police are preparing a file to be sent for legal advice now that a nursing assistant who was wanted by them for public mischief and obstruction of justice is in their custody. Ranks of the Criminal Investigations Department on Tuesday morning interviewed Tiana Lois King, a nursing assistant attached to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, hours after she turned herself into the police. The police Monday night said she was accompanied by an attorney from Hughes, Fields and Stobie law firm. The police on Monday issued a wanted bulletin for King in connection with allegations of creating public mischief and attempting to pervert and obstruct the course of justice. Social media was abuzz on Monday with the circulation of a recording believed to be that of the nursing assistant, saying that she was present during the autopsy of Adriana Young on April 28, 2025, and that she was sent there by the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony. The police say they conducted a review of the official video recording made during the postmortem and, 1, the nursing assistant was never present in the room from the beginning to the end of the procedure. 2, the 3 qualified foreign pathologists never consulted any nursing assistant or aide during the procedure. And 3, no names were collected on paper by any official, debunking the claim of a signed attendance sheet. Quote, "This recording is clearly intended to create public mischief, pervert and obstruct the course of justice, among other criminal offenses," unquote, the Guyana Police Force said. So far, Nightly News has learned that the nursing assistant told police that she was unaware that she was being recorded. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, also issued a statement rejecting the content of the recording as defamatory and false. Quote, as far as I am aware, I do not know this person. I have never met or spoken to this person. Therefore, assuming she was present, she was not there upon my instructions or on my behalf. Unquote. Also, the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation released a press statement condemning the contents of the voice note, saying the employee in question was not present during the postmortem and is not qualified to comment on the findings of such procedures. The GPHC described the claims as entirely untrue and without merit. Travis Chase, Hgp Nightly News. Our developing story now. Attorney at law Dr. Dexter Todd believes that the police erred in differentiating between persons involved in criminal activities and innocent civilians when they arrested more than 100 persons during the recent unrest following the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. Dr. Todd thinks the police are confused about what leads to terrorism charges under the Criminal Law Offences Act. Antonio Day will tell you more.
There are other charges that you can bring against riotous behavior, damage to property if you have the evidence. But to go to the extreme to acts of terrorism, let me tell you something. We are a laughing stock. The people who are charged with acts of terrorism are on bail. But all the courts, not one of them granted bail.
That was attorney at law Dexter Todd. The Guyana Police Force arrested more than 100 individuals within the past 24 hours for various offenses amid widespread unrest sparked by public outrage over the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young. Among the detainees, 17 people appeared before senior magistrate Fabio Azor in the Georgetown Magistrate Court. They were recently charged under Article 309A of the Criminal Law Offences Act, which includes terrorism-related provisions. Several individuals from East Bank Essequibo, West Bank Demerara, and Quarantine Berbice were charged with terrorism offenses. Dr. Todd, during a live recording by Simona Brooms, founder of Assembly for Liberty and Prosperity, ALP, noted that most of the young men had no legal representation and were mistaken for criminals. He said this clearly shows that no due diligence was followed.
Every one of them broke down in tears.
Wow.
Because actually, some of them even know the people who were throwing things on the road. And it's unfair to them that those people who were putting objects and causing, they are free. They were never collected by the police.
Todd said that for charges to be instituted for acts of terrorism, a thorough investigation must be done.
There is no police who could have investigated any one of these charges properly. So it must mean that these persons are charged and the investigation is going on.
I'm Antonio Day reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio, for your reporting. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, clothes, and deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
The moment is coming. He has the ball. Will he make the shot? And he made it. Goal! This is the biggest win we've seen in ages. Feel the rush with every bet and win big. Play online at www.ibetgamesur.com.
With iBet Supreme, every game is your game. iBet to win with iBet Supreme.
Must be 18 years and older to bet.
Welcome back to the Hgp Nightly News. Crime sleuths in Berbice are still gathering information regarding last Sunday morning's double homicide in Angois Avenue. Police say it was an argument that escalated, while an eyewitness claims it was a paternity argument. 2 men have been killed and a woman injured after a violent altercation Sunday evening at Angois Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice. Dead are 45-year-old Leon Fordyce and 35-year-old Sean Timothy LaFleur. Hospitalized at the New Amsterdam Hospital is a Ghanaian New Year called Angie. Initial police investigations have revealed that it was an argument that broke out over threats made against New Year's son. The argument escalated and New Year was stabbed to the abdomen, while Leon Fordyce reportedly received a blow to the head and was pronounced dead on arrival at the New Amsterdam Hospital. Sean LaFleur was also stabbed. He was escorted to the New Amsterdam Hospital. He succumbed to his injuries on Monday while being transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital. A relative of New Year told reporters that it was a paternity argument that turned deadly.
She said the child is my son's child, and my son say is not his child because the child resembles the 2 children them that we get because this child more black and he resembles both man.
The woman refuted claims that her son, who was also involved in the incident, dealt Leon Fordyce a deadly blow.
Well, me ain't know about that because my son couldn't get food, not know we lie down, you know. He be like, he don't get the chop, and me know about nasty man and nasty man.
Nightly News understands that crime scene detectives are still investigating the incident. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. President Irfan Ali says Guyana must urgently develop a comprehensive framework for artificial intelligence as the technology is rapidly reshaping national and public life. He emphasized the need for regulation, regional collaboration, and constitutional reform. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Within the next 12 months, a clearly defined framework for AI and digitization in every sphere of national life, every sphere of public life.
The president also said that Guyana will partner with other CARICOM member states to create unified policies on AI. He explained that the region lacks the individual capacity to manage the technological shift alone, and the necessity of a collective approach must be pursued.
How do we ensure in this environment of AI that we pursue a path, and for CARICOM, I'm positioning this morning that we pursue a common path because we don't have the capacity individually to do this.
Ali cautioned that without oversight, AI could become a quote-unquote ticking time bomb, and any regional efforts being undertaken for the implementation for this new technology must carefully examine not only the challenges in leveraging this tool, but also the opportunities and ethical considerations surrounding the use of this technology.
That would look at policies, regulations, and legislations that would ensure AI does not go unchecked. If we don't do it, it's a ticking time bomb.
The president underscored the importance of regulating how AI is used in the media for the purpose of disseminating information, but also warned that misinformation spread through AI tools could destabilize societies rapidly.
Because information is so powerful that it can destabilize instantaneously with little time to respond.
Ali also highlighted that Guyana's current constitution does not address AI and digital technologies. As such, he believes that the upcoming constitutional reform process must include provisions for AI and digitization. Tiana Ko reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. There is more news ahead. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
You know, I've been thinking, since I moved over to the west side, this is the perfect location for put up a food stand.
Put up food stand here?
Yes, Officer Bringer.
No, Granny, you can't put up no food stand here.
Why not?
Because the gas to energy pipeline.
Gas to energy? Why is that?
They can bring gas from offshore to region 3, that can turn into electricity and other things.
So what about if Granny put it up over there?
No, Granny, listen. This whole area here, from here to the West Bank, is considered the right of way. So nobody can build, plant, dig, or burn nothing here.
But what if I am?
No buts, Granny. Listen, you could get yourself or others hurt. Watch, you see this number here? You call it if you see anybody doing anything out of the way or doing anything they ain't supposed to be doing, like building, digging, or burning stuff on the right of way.
All right, grandson, I hear you.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast, and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, clothes, and deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Hgp Nightly News. As tensions rise following Venezuela's rejection of the International Court of Justice's ruling on the Essequibo region, Guyana's security forces remain on high alert, particularly in Region 1, which borders Venezuela. Tiana Cole is on this story.
Senior Superintendent Krishnadat Ramana, commander of Regional Division 1, Burima Waini, the closest region to the Venezuela border, said police, supported by more than 400 members of the community policing group's CPG, are actively monitoring the area. Speaking on Radio Ivleria on Tuesday, Commander Ramana emphasized that while police cannot be everywhere at the same time, CPGs have been instrumental in identifying unusual activities and maintaining calm.
We know when things are happening, when things are not. But persons I can see compared to last year, they are more relaxed because they feel confident that the government is protecting them.
He added that although residents are aware of the territorial controversy, they remain calm and optimistic, trusting the government to protect their welfare.
At the same time, the police and the joint services, that is our sister services, the Guyana Defense Force and the fire services, they have been with us. We have been doing a lot of joint patrols in the river and on land around the border area. And I can tell you the border area, it's very safe at this moment.
On May 2, 2025, just one day after the International Court of Justice ordered Venezuela to suspend its plans for elections in Guyana's Essequibo region, Venezuela rejected the ruling. The Venezuelan government stated it does not recognize ICJ's jurisdiction and will not comply with any of its decisions. In a strongly worded statement, Venezuela accused the ICJ process of being manipulated by anti-Venezuelan corporate interests. It reiterated that the Geneva Agreement remains the only valid mechanism for resolving the border controversy and called on Guyana to return to direct negotiations. Tiana Cole reporting for the Hgp Nightly News.
You need to know that parents and guardians of school children will begin receiving the annual Because We Care cash grant as early as next week. The Ministry of Education says it will begin the $55,000 Because We Care cash grant distribution for school children across the country from Monday, May 12. Minister of Education Priya Manik Chand on Tuesday made this announcement on the sidelines of an Arrival Day program hosted by her ministry.
We begin in regions 9 and 7, and the following week we begin in region 2 and 5. And every other region will follow thereafter.
Students attending both public and private schools are eligible. The minister reminded of the eligibility criteria to uplift the grant.
Child must have been on the register, that the school would have provided that register that was verified a few times by the region, by our central ministry. Minister
Manik Chand also assured persons who may be unable to uplift the grant during the stipulated distribution period or does not have the requisite documentation needed to uplift can still be able to do so.
Parents are required to walk with their ID card. ID could be passport, ID card, driver's license. If you don't have any of those, then someone from the community or village, such as a head teacher or tushao, would have to verify that you are the person you say you are and that you are the parent or guardian of this child. If you can't make it to pick up the grant, then you can send an authorization. We are going to be issuing what that should look like.
Manik Chand, while assuring that the process is expected to be seamless, also encouraged parents and guardians to follow the ministry's social media platforms for updates. More than 200,000 students from public and private schools will benefit from the annual cash grant, which has since increased to $55,000 as of 2025. The grant also covers school uniforms and supplies. The Auditor General's office is expected to oversee the distribution of the cash grant in all of the regions. Travis Chase, HGP. Your regional news is up next.
Turbo with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Electrical contractors, builders, and homeowners. When it comes to electricals, don't take chances. Invest in top quality electrical items from our electrical department at Gaffurs. We stock brands from the USA, Canada, and the UK, such as Cooper Allied and Siemens. Get main and distribution circuit panels and breakers in various sizes. Electrical cables in sizes ranging from 1.5 millimeters to 16 millimeters in single core, flat, and round flats. Surface and flush switches ranging from 1 gang to 6 gang. Also double pole switches from 20 amps to 45 amps. Outlets, 13 amps to 20 amps, both surface and flush. Earth rods and clamps, 6 inches to 10 inches. Also available are transformers, voltage regulators, and more. So for all your home and office and industrial electrical items, visit the Gaffurs location nearest you at MacDoom, Parika, Neems, Land of Canaan, Rose Hall, BV, Kanji, and Diamond.
This Mother's Day, Digicel is setting up the love and cooling things down.
Imagine surprising mom with a brand new fully stocked fridge.
Digicel is making it a reality.
You can win one of 4 fully stocked fridges
worth over $500,000.
Just top up with $1,000 or more for a chance to win weekly. It's that easy.
Top up today. The more you top up, the more chances you have to win.
Happy Mother's Day from Digicel. Better connected.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Antonio Day with Tuesday's edition of the Regional News, starting off with news in South America. Mining in Peru's northern district of Patas will be suspended for 30 days, President Dina Boluarte said yesterday after 13 gold mine workers in the area were kidnapped and killed by illegal miners. Peru's government also plans to set up a military base and implement a curfew lasting from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the district. On Sunday, Miner Poderosa said the bodies of 13 workers from a local firm, R&R, which held a mining contract with Poderosa, had been recovered by police after they were kidnapped last month. And I quote, "The armed forces will take control of the area where Poderosa operates," Boluarte said, but did not provide details on how the mining pause would work. Continuing, "We are clarifying the issue," Poderosa's manager of corporate affairs told Reuters, adding that the suspension should only apply to informal miners. Peru is the third largest copper producer with deposits mainly in the south. While gold and silver are mined in the north, Poderosa alleged that nearly 40 people, including contractors and artisanal miners, have been killed recently in Patas at the hands of criminal gangs. Since 2020, illegal miners have taken over several areas under Poderosa's control. The area had already been under a state of emergency with heavy police and military presence due to prior attacks on Poderosa's mining operations. Peru's Mining and Energy Minister Jorge Montoro said that a 30-day pause could be extended. Antigua and Barbuda on Monday observed Labor Day with a senior trade unionist demanding an increase in the national minimum wage. While that demand was made, Prime Minister Gaston Brown has pledged to raise the minimum wage and finalize a new collective bargaining agreement by next year. General Secretary of the Antigua and Barbuda Workers Union, ABWU, told a labor rally that the national minimum wage could be increased to $13.50 EC per hour, citing spiraling inflation and the economic strain on working class families. And I quote, "Our cost of living is choking the working class," Senator David Messiah told the rally, criticizing the government's failure to act decisively on inflation. He said that the Consumer Price Index, CPI, had risen to 7.1% in the past year, as evidence of worsening conditions for ordinary citizens. Messiah, who is also an opposition legislator, said that the current minimum wage of $9 EC per hour was insufficient and outdated, noting that in such neighboring countries such as Barbados and St. Kitts and Nevis, the figure was higher. He is also calling for the creation of a severance protection fund, the amendment of the labor code, the establishment of the National Health and Safety Policy, and the formation of a tripartite committee involving government, employers, and unions to jointly assess the country's economic challenges. And finally, in Trinidad and Tobago, the Energy Chamber of Trinidad and Tobago on Monday said it has taken note of the new government statements on the possibility of securing gas resources in Grenada. The chamber in a statement said, and I quote, "Gas was discovered in the waters between Grenada and Trinidad in 2017 with the Nutmeg well, but there has been very limited information about the finds since then. When the field was being explored, all of the support services for the program were staged through Trinidad with the active involvement of Energy Chamber member companies in the services sector," unquote. It is said if the field can be economically developed, there will be an excellent opportunity to export gas into the Trinidad gas network through existing infrastructure. Last weekend, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar gave the biggest hint that her administration, unlike the previous People's National Movement (PNM) governments, would not be putting a lot of emphasis on the Dragon Field project with Venezuela. Last month, the United States government revoked the Office of Foreign Assets Control (OFAC) license granted to Trinidad and Tobago to allow Shell, the national gas company, and contractors to explore, produce, and export natural gas from the Venezuelan Dragon gas field. The license, valid until October 31, 2025, allows Trinidad and Tobago to pay for gas in different currencies and through humanitarian measures. On December 21, 2023, They also obtained a 30-year exploration and production license from Venezuela for the Dragon gas field. Thank you for watching. I am Antonio Day.
Norton calls for Commander Mandal to be charged for inciting public mischief. Nursing assistant being questioned by police says she was unaware she was being recorded. Policemen ill-advised in relation to what constitutes acts of terrorism, says Dr. Todd. And because we care cash grant distribution exercise to commence May 12. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.